I just grew my hair straight and had it down to like.
I have upgraded to big plays.
I just never got a haircut for 5 years.
You didn't need a pillow.
Did you even get it trimmed at all?
No.
Ew.
Screenshot.
Ew. I'm being judgmental.
Please tell me you screenshot that.
I don't want to take that.
Are you ready for Super Star Wars?
Hell yeah.
Dude, that's why I'm staying up.
I need a controller. I thought there
bring
was
a
one in
controller?
here.
A Super Nintendo?
We've got one. Where did that come from?
I'm about to say, there should be about 700 Super Nintendo controllers, and
There's never any. Anything we need is not
Can we
here.
move the red
It's like
controller? I
future
don't want
cop.
to screw things up.
welcome to
I don't
Lucas.
want to touch anything and break it.
There you
Now
go.
owned by Disney.
I just want to give shout outs to the
we get another
7,000 people
controller?
still watching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
shout-outs.
good.
For the Mario Party 2 donations, that's
Yes.
just amazing.
Yeah, shoutouts to us raising like 2K during Mario Party.
And me whooping ass.
No,
It's
no one likes
Pulling
whooping
out
ass.
the big play.
Literally no one
Alright.
likes whooping ass.
literally blowing that 2-on-2 mini blowing up that statue.
Right,
What's
so
the
Oh my
craziest?
god. Oh yeah.
Dude.
Not like I never looked over. I just kept hitting.
I just looked at Spike Machida. I'm like, he's sucking so
I should
hard.
have just ran in front of the statue instead of kicking in front.
right,
but
so
I
we
was
are gonna
not
play
like,
on easy. Oh, so
I
we're
was
gonna do
thrown off
time.
my game.
Oh,
Quickly.
oh, I'll do it.
That is definitely a highlight.
Don't forget to rotate the.
I need to tell
We need
you.
to highlight just that game.
Oh,
yeah.
that was an Empire
And if
Strikes
not,
Back thing, wasn't it?
then just
I can't remember what,
we need to highlight bits.
Actually,
I think you have to
there
hold
was
something.
Is it-
Yeah,
It
there
was a
was.
good
Yeah.
game.
But get rid
I'll
of
say so.
Our-
Literally the best
Double
game ever
fail.
played.
That was
Platform
ridiculous.
barrels.
That was on the blue
3,
field for sure.
2,
Yeah.
1.
I don't know. I know you were like just a frame ahead of me, so I
Go.
jumped early. I
Yeah.
guess too.
See, that's what I thought.
But
you
I
were
thought I
ahead.
was safe.
I thought you were ahead, so
Oh,
I
God,
jumped
that's
early.
on that.
You guys suck.
So
I don't think it
Yeah,
matters
guys.
who jumps earlier.
I'm actually playing on easy because
Oh, really?
I can't play it on normal or hard yet, or I
don't
can't
know,
play it
I just
in a
mistimed my
speed run
jump
setting.
majorly.
But I am learning hard, so I will be a man soon. But this is the fastest form of movement is sliding. You can actually slide straight through those guys if you shoot them as they're coming up the ground. Oh god. Just felt its presence behind me.
You can kind of smell it.
So yeah, just a lot of sliding in this game. It's probably the easiest out of the Super Star Wars trilogy, but it's definitely not an easy game. But on easy mode, this boss is you just sit here and shoot. God damn! Put that away.
Okay.
Like on normal or hard, you actually have to aim at these things, but there's not really a consistent way to manipulate this guy to stay out of the ground longer. So we just make do. But I guess a bit more interesting after this level.
We've got a $30 donation from Ingrid Graf Buckheim. Hey guys, your marathon was awesome. I hope I can help a bit with that. Sincerely, Tristan. Thank you so much, Tristan.
So now you're reading about Sarah. Jump in there.
Well, yeah. So mode 7 in full effect.
So you'll be fully digested in like 1,000 years.
So this level is quite random. You've got to kill 12 of these Jawas, but they spawn randomly.
So how much time can you lose?
Anywhere from like 30 seconds to
Whoa.
5 minutes if you're really unlucky.
So is it
It's
better-
never got too bad.
Is there anything like just standing still is better? Or?
Not really. You can stand still, you can go backwards, you can spin. Nothing seems to influence them.
If I'm not mistaken, it's only one shot to kill them, right? On
Yeah,
easy.
so you can try and reduce lag by one-shotting them, but it's sometimes the lag stops you actually firing. That's the sand crawler.
Oh.
So
So
I
you're
don't
saying
actually,
turn
it doesn't
up the
actually
game
come
volume.
closer by me going towards it.
Turn up
It just
the
gets
game.
bigger.
Yeah, it just gets larger. When I was initially playing this game,
Just a little
I
bit.
didn't pay attention to the counter at the top right, and so I was just like, I keep going and it's not getting any closer. What's going on? And then I realized you had to take out the Jawas.
I think maybe doing this
That was
would
ridiculous.
help more spawn because you'll keeping more of it in view. I don't know, but it doesn't seem to be working. Come on. These guys are kind of pointless. They don't hurt you, but they just sort of jump into you and die. See, where is this final guy?
Is he chasing you?
No, there he is.
Yeah,
Now I can just fly across the top.
As long as you're not too wasteful with your jet.
Yeah, it might run out soon.
should be.
Oh no! It doesn't matter.
What matters?
There we go.
Yeah, as I was saying, it's kind of weird.
So here we go.
Bless you.
Yes, this is the level that like a lot of us got stuck on when we were kids.
This is a horrible level.
Climbing this thing sucked.
Like, you fall down and have to start again. All the enemies respawn once, so on your third attempt climbing up it, you'll have less to deal with.
I will say that after playing the other games in the trilogy, this level is not so bad.
No,
Oh yeah, Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back is a horrible game.
I think probably the biggest reason for that is this game did not have the double jump mechanic,
No.
so you just hold up to jump higher. So as a result, you did not have to make some of the ridiculous jumps that Empire Strikes Back unleashed on you.
This game didn't actually have a password system as well, which they introduced in Empire. It's just made it a pain. This is probably the best weapon to have at this point, just so you don't have to actually aim at the Jawas as they throw stuff at you. We'll be upgrading our weapons shortly.
Wow, you get that many shots with the Seeker? I guess that's a function on easy or.
Sorry, what?
Oh, says you got 430. Oh no, that's
the
the time.
time.
No, okay. So do you have just unlimited
Yeah,
Seeker?
you
Yeah,
got unlimited ammo for
Oh wow,
everything.
nice.
But you don't have force powers in this one.
Wow, sliding breaks that part.
Yeah. So there is actually a blaster power up above the stage there, but it saves a little bit of time to not get it, and plus the Seeker's still useful in this one.
Oh, okay.
A bit early.
The Rapid Ion is the next upgrade to the
Yeah.
blaster, and it's a funky weapon.
Yeah, it bounces everywhere. But unfortunately I won't actually have that for very long in this run. There we go. So I could have picked up a power up there, but I saved that for the mini boss in this level.
We've got a $5 donation from Tyler Yanni. Does anyone do Legend of Dragoon runs? I think actually people were talking about that in the other room the other night. Wanting to put together runs of less appreciated or less popular, longer RPGs. It's hard to get too many in marathons like this because they are so long and they need a lot of popularity to keep viewer counts and donation totals up. But definitely I've heard plenty of interest in particularly Legend of Dragoon runs. So again, just because you didn't see the runs here does not mean there aren't runners who do it. As you can see right here, we got someone doing Super Star Wars, which may or may not have made it into a marathon.
No. Never been in a marathon.
But just check out, like we say, those Team SDA and Team SRL pages and the Team Ludendi pages. And what was the one you were talking about, Base Boost, that you're a part of?
So this guy can't hit you.
And
Right next to
the
him.
Like, dark, like, a lot of either Mario Kart 64, Mario Kart
That's supposed to be like a
So yeah,
and
the-
64
Yeah.
cents.
Yeah.
yeah, just again, like really just check out Twitch and particularly like those
Just check out
pages. You'll
Gazzard.
find you can
Yeah,
pretty
if
much
you super
find
jump, you'll
runs
get
of
this
any
one.
game that you want to watch. So
Just bounce
yeah.
off the ceiling.
Might want to link those in the chat.
So what I'm actually
what?
doing here
Might wanna
is
link
actually a
those in
trick
the
I
chat.
discovered when I was reading.
Oh yeah, I'm on
If
over
you
there
scroll the
already.
camera up before you drop down and unscroll it there, you skip the boss, it doesn't spawn. Because you can't normally scroll the camera down there. But if you do it before you go down, it lets you, for whatever reason, get past that.
I always forget what
Now,
it
this is a
actually
game I
is.
don't need to actually wait for the platforms.
That's why we didn't link.
I'm not totally lost right
No one knows. I don't
Jump! For some reason, you sometimes get a massive jump out of that if the boss hits you.
Yeah,
It's like
it's just-
stamina boost.
Open
I guess, but It's the only place I can do it.
This is actually the game that's responsible for getting me to watch the Star Wars movies.
Oh wow.
Had it not been for this game, I probably might not have.
Like the older ones or the newer ones?
Oh, well, the older ones, of course. I won't tell you how old I am.
If we can.
So I don't want to make any spoilers, but I think people know that Luke Skywalker gets a lightsaber in the trilogy of Star Wars. Will you be watching it, or will you be using it, or are you pretty much sticking with the
I
laser?
do use it a bit because it does a lot of damage to some bosses.
I'd like to point out how this is not a spoiler.
You say you're not going to tell me the whole thing. I'm just like, you were alive when they came
Oops. This is why we can't have nice things.
Anyone wondering about Dark Souls? The problem is that right now we don't seem to have a 360 copy of the game, so it's a bit difficult setup. Especially since our computer we used to play PC games on is gone.
So
I don't know.
this bit is horrible, especially if you don't have the seeker. There's still these tiny platforms and those birds trying to push you off.
The damage mechanics, they pretty much kept the same throughout all of the Star Wars games for the Super Nintendo. Just enemies push you.
Yeah.
It's just the combination of enemies pushing you and having very small platforms is just
It's Ben Kenobi.
horrendous.
Why did you shoot me? Right, so you get the lightsaber here, but if you hold the change weapon button on the loading, it should
Instant.
Yeah, it should swap back instantly rather than having to not slide and change it. So it's like some exploding boundaries.
I do really wonder something about Star Wars. He has two names.
Luke.
Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ben Kenobi. Why
Why
is
is-
Kenobi such a normal last name that he can just change his first name?
He didn't. Obi-Wan is kind of like a middle name, maybe? Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi?
No, it's just too. That's his like I'm hiding name.
I guess. I don't know.
Maybe it's like Smith or
Maybe.
Maybe someone in the chat can help us.
Go to Wikipedia. So for some reason, Luke gets, sometimes you'll see when he lands and jumps again with this gun, he fires off an extra shot for some reason. Like, it's not every time, sometimes.
Is it faster to rush him with a lightsaber here?
It is, but you take a lot of damage, so I like to get him down to a certain point. Like, because to actually hit him and dodge his attacks is very effective.
Yeah.
So I probably could have attacked him a bit earlier then.
You get the lightsaber mid-game in this one. You start with the lightsaber in the next one, so I think sort of as a consequence, they made the lightsaber do a lot more damage in the first game.
It's kind of pointless to use against regular enemies. You can't block projectiles or anything with it. You just take damage.
They added some of the mechanics like blocking in the Empire Strikes Back, but since you start with the lightsaber, they made the lightsaber do a lot less damage, and plasma is the real damage-dealing weapon in that game. Whereas here it's just okay.
Yeah, so the worst thing that can happen in these runs is that you die, and you have to go back to having the starter weapon and power back up, because that first gun is terrible.
like a C-3PO in the car with you.
Yeah, it is. The annoying thing about the speeder, you can't actually shoot stuff while you're going forward because you just shoot the floor. And if you're backing up from an enemy, you shoot too high.
So, what are you doing when you're shooting them actually?
I'm just not moving forward or back. It's like if you
You
coast,
just kind of stop.
yeah, you can drift for a bit.
I kind of remember that
Feature.
feature. I kind of remember that ad.
They wrote it on the back of the box.
Impossible to shoot while going forward or backwards.
Please check this game. Get your parents to rent it for you.
So I think all of the Super Star Wars trilogy actually sold over 1 million. I guess based on the Star Wars license, but they're not abysmal games, but going back to them, they're not as good as you remember. I used to love this game until Mike, Uyama, and PJ pointed out some of the flaws, and now it just annoys me most of the time.
I feel the exact same way. Like, I remember these games so fondly as a kid. I was just so excited when Super Empire Strikes Back came out. I was like, man, finally! Of course we couldn't beat it, but we used that code. That amazing code. The stage select code. Makes you invincible once you clip through walls.
So this is quite a risky level, because to go fast you have to take this lower route, go across a load of the grass, which does so much damage.
Did you
for
slide
grass.
into the ball? Grass is strong.
Maybe. I'll get that actually. So that's a power up that actually extends your life bar without giving you any extra life. So you just have the potential for more life.
Is that temporary or permanent?
It's permanent, well, it's for the rest of the level until you die.
So if memory serves, as far as other characters go, you've got Han, who has the best sliding mechanic, right?
Maybe.
maybe-
They're all pretty similar. I haven't fully tested it, but as far as I could tell, they're almost identical.
Chewie's got a slightly higher
Yeah,
jump.
Chewie's got a higher jump
Yeah.
and more health, and Chewie and Han both start with a better weapon. Oops, I thought I was at the end of the level.
Most of the spikes and stuff like that doesn't damage you enough to merit, going an alternate route that much.
No, but you can just get really unlucky because the stormtroopers that drop from the sky are just random. They can fall at any point.
Oh, okay.
And if you're playing on Jedi, then
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely can't hate the lower route, really.
So is that the first level where you actually get a choice?
Yeah, now you've found Chewie for some reason.
Is Chewie slower?
He's slower to draw his gun and to start shooting. I think his slide might be a little bit slower as well. I need Tompa to look into it for me, really. Come on.
they did a really good job with this track on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that's one of the things it's known for, the sound quality. Getting lucky on these shield drops.
Man, they are really chill at that bar.
Yeah, you're
All
shooting
the shit
yeah.
going on.
Whatever.
That's wisely.
Acids
Yeah.
every day.
Did you just shoot the bartender?
Nah, that's just someone who's hanging out on the bar. So the reason I can't beat this game properly on hard yet is this boss. If anyone knows a proper strategy to
Gosh.
fighting him, please let me know. 'Cause,
He just
like,
bum
his
rushes
attacks,
you.
like, they just extend for so long. He doesn't have a tell of which one he's gonna do. So on easy, just about brute force it, but I don't know how to fight him. I don't know if it's something I'm missing or.
I think when his arm was raised, he would always use his head. I don't know.
I'll
if
have to have a
that's
look into it.
Just a false positive around, so.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like
Oh.
for all the
Right.
game, we've got.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, it's just the stormtrooper sprites were completely black for some reason.
So for the over 700 titles that you can find on speed demos, you've got most of the big titles you'd say over the years. This series is unrepresented.
I've got a run of this game.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, but it's the only one on there, and it's on the PAL version. It was my first speed run for the site,
Oh.
and it's quite old. I really want to improve it.
A lot of the 700 games have quite a few categories too.
Yeah.
I know Ocarina of Time has a bunch.
Spawn?
Most are outdated.
Sure.
The outdated ones like still kind of popular just for races though,
Yeah.
because they're all pretty different. And
So this mini boss is ridiculously easy.
What?
Sometimes he drops about 20 hearts as well. Let's see if he does.
Wow.
No, only one. this running this game really hurts my left thumb because I constantly have to wrong way. Have to hold like diagonal down for the whole run just to slide.
So, dude running the game. Chad has a question for you. Do you pronounce your name Poo Train or Poot Rain?
I'm in the right. Excellent question.
Yes.
Who train?
Poo Train. There you are. A train.
Keeps it rolling.
When we say that, do you want us to visualize an actual train made of food?
Why
Oh,
do you
which
do
barrel?
this to me? Why do you do this to me?
It's welcome to the late night streaming
Yeah.
HGTQ bonus stream.
Please follow. And
Isn't it early morning yet? Like, isn't this for old people now?
Post on Twitter. Please tweet us.
Tweet us on Facebook.
Like us on Facebook.
So you can't actually damage this boss until you've destroyed all of his weapons,
This
I've
which
seen
is
this
getting
mechanic before.
dangerously low.
This is my stuff.
Oh yeah, you're.
So I've got to even avoid the shrapnel, which can actually damage you on this. But it should be good now. There we go. So now all he does is die and get panicked.
Oh, God!
Clutch.
And now,
We got $100 from Jonas Heitman. The comment is $100 to the great bonus stream. Do you by any chance have Little Samson? Would be great to see you play it.
I
So-
saw it earlier tonight.
this level is horrible. Partly because of them. I'm probably going to play it safe at some point because I can't remember how many slides are between each pit.
Does that damage?
Yeah, the TIE fighters slightly damage you, and
Yeah.
also they can push you off into the pit.
That's garbage.
So really I need to practice this game and remember how many slides are between each of these pits. Because you can cancel out a slide, I found out, by shooting. But you can't just jump out of one.
Basically, kind of like a Game Mario Party where we're like yanking out controllers, pressing pauses for each other over. That's just still not as bad as that.
We got $2 from Martin sorry, I might destroy your last name. Lunjao. I would love to see someone run Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, or 3. It needs more love.
So I'm going to pick Chewie now, just so I'll start with a better weapon and a higher jump, which is a bit safer. But the enemies, like, look at this guy. All they do is
If you
push you
want-
into pits.
Hey, mouse spots are great. They're so cute.
We like them in the other levels better. That's all we're trying to say.
Try hit. Oh, not one.
Which one's one? Is that the one where you just grab the
Trax did 3 and 2. He did 100% records. Yeah, if you go to speeddemosarchive.com, where again you can find like over 700 titles, you can find 100% runs or whatever the actual 100% title is from our very own Trihex, which we all know from Yoshi's Island and Jet Grind Radio.
He did a Crash Bandicoot, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even a Sly Cooper.
Really?
Is
I think that was his first run. He got he did one that got rejected, and then one one that didn't.
But there is quite a few more Crash Bandicoot runners now.
Yeah,
like,
I
it's
can't
always on
remember
the Sunday Secrets.
Who was the guy? Kane Apache.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes, he does
Check out the
Crash.
stream of Kane Apache, who I believe is on Team SRL and maybe is SDS.
See,
Hold on.
SDA,
Troll
yes.
element number
Yeah,
2
he's
of
on
this
SDA.
level.
Yes.
Random stormtroopers drop mid-jump to make you fall into a pit.
This level just seems like it's trying to fuck you.
No,
looks
God,
Uh,
See, that was my fault.
We also got $3 from Gareth Johnson. Who do you all want to direct Star Wars 7? Also, what is everyone's favorite and most hated Star Wars movie?
What was the question?
Who do you all want to direct Star Wars 7? Also, what is everyone's favorite or most hated Star Wars movie?
Very different direction. The Coen
Michael
brothers.
Bay.
Pretty much if I could
Joss
get
Whedon.
Quentin Tarantino.
I'd say Steven Spielberg because he did pretty damn good with making sure that George Lucas didn't fuck everything up.
Peter Jackson.
Shout out to the movie Lincoln section.
I'd say either Steven Spielberg or
I'm more
El
a
Toro.
fan of Brain
Or
Dead.
Del Toro.
Yeah, Brain Dead.
One of
that's
these
what's
has
up.
a weapon power up. I might have missed
How about
it.
Joss Whedon?
Yeah, just
No, garbage.
Just Whedon.
Well, as long as he
He
doesn't
already has
write it.
Star Trek and
Get out.
Star Wars
Because his,
too.
no,
Get out.
He hasn't
Get
got
out.
Star Trek.
literally the
Out.
worst writing I've ever.
That's
heard of.
J.J.
Out.
Abrams.
Oh.
Dude, you're dumb.
You're
Dude.
dumb.
Did he write it?
I'm
Joss
saying
Whedon makes me hard.
Did Joss Whedon
So
write
yeah,
it?
some
Get
of it's
out.
funny, but it's
It's
still
been like
bad.
this all night.
Nuh-uh.
Have you seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
All
Buff-
7 seasons.
Buffy the Vampire
Yes.
is
Oh,
awesome.
sorry, Joss Whedon has the Avengers. There we go.
Yeah,
Football,
and
that's the
he
right
wrote
answer.
Toy Story.
So,
Uwe Boll. Yeah, there we
Back
go.
to the run.
back to
You and me, we're done. We're done.
Uwe Boll is literally the worst director.
I
I've
just
ever
love
damn
Del
it.
Toro.
I'd rather watch.
I'm
Tommy
glad they give
Wiseau
you the
movies.
height and weight of the character you're about to pick. Oh, good, he's 8 foot.
Okay.
That feels like a good.
Tommy
big
Wiseau
box.
for Star Trek, Star Wars 7.
well,
I'm gonna stick with Del Toro.
you know that's all fine and good, you know, episode 7, but then there's Super Star Wars happening right here in front of you.
What?
Yeah.
Who directed that?
A very sadistic individual. At least with this stage.
This is definitely the most horrible stage.
This level looks like
Like, on my run on the site, I took this level super safe. But it can definitely be improved.
It's just, why all of the
Thanks, buddy.
pits? Like, what?
I might have forgot the power.
You can still take the boss without it, though, right?
Yeah, you can, yeah. It's just quicker and easier if you don't.
That's
Doesn't
that.
get the Seeker.
It's that jumping thing with a claw arm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go, the boss.
Yeah.
So you've got to wait for him to open up before he takes damage. Well, that did hardly anything.
Is this what the Imperial defense? Oh,
I like how you're just basically giving him like proctology claim right now.
Oh! I really don't want to have to do this one again, so I'm probably going to have to start shooting his bullets. I don't think I can shoot the bullets with this gun. Or dodge them. But they seem to despawn if he stays there, so that's good.
New strats, finding him.
Oh no!
The fan is blowing my hair in my eyes.
Oh no.
No, Chewie.
You should get it cut or something if it's getting in your eyes.
Yeah, bro.
So I was hoping to do this deathless. But I just need to make sure I'm able to pick up the...
We got $1 from Jordan Shimkowicz. Spike, I have a crush on you. Can you show us a little skin? Heart.
How much to wear this?
How much to wear that? I need $500 to
$500.
wear that.
Dude, 500 is going to take us over 425, so
This will be the mistletoe.
So now I've got the Seeker, this
That'll
boss shouldn't be a
be the
problem.
mistletoe.
It does more damage, and I think it destroys his weapons as well as they fire.
This level looks terrible. I just wanna say.
It is terrible.
It's yeah.
Is this the only level in the Death Star?
No, there's
No.
2 more, but they're not as bad. One of them is pretty much the equivalent of this actually, except it's vertical instead of horizontal.
And fewer pits.
Yeah, it's just one big pit that you're climbing up.
There's maybe what, 3 or 4 levels difference.
Yeah.
They were wondering how much longer they have before 25K.
Oh, you going to bed after this?
Yeah.
Come on. Stay here.
Shut up and chat.
Yeah, can you run Ocarina of Time now?
that's not normal. I
Mike?
can do that.
Can you run Ocarina of Time?
I could, yeah. I know like pretty much every category except for
100%.
100%, yeah. And the dumb ones.
Or do you not? I mean, I guess we can just go find it. That'd be a good way to like
There
make
you
a
go.
plug.
Yes.
Yeah, I
So,
can do that.
So, unfortunately, I had to play that one quite safe because I didn't have a good gun.
It's like,
This is mine.
yours doesn't count.
that?
It's a best card.
Yeah, this is actually a really cool way.
So this has got lots more enemies that push you around. It'd be cool if we could manipulate them to push you through the level, but all of these are instant death if you get caught in
If
them.
you run into a copy of Dark Souls, take it with you.
Where do you have all your stuff?
In my room.
Oh, okay. I'll see you this room.
That white contrail.
Yep. See, here's a weird enemy that you see like at this point in the game and only in this part of the game. Like on that ledge. Oh god.
That's the only one in your game.
There's another one, but I think they're the only two.
Gotta keep with the movie.
Yeah, I think you see one of them. The only place you see one of them in the films is in Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi. It's not even in the palace. It's like a silhouette of one in the background in the entrance. So
It's a much
trivia there
different
for you.
entrance.
Oh god, that's cold. Mine's down, it's cold.
A lot of these little platforms are cycle based. It'll
Yeah, they're pretty much like I think it's just a universal time of everyone.
You'll be seeing a lot more of them in the next stage.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I normally run this without dying, or I try to. So I know there's a power up underneath one of these crushes, but I can't remember which. And I'm pretty sure I've missed. There's one right at the start of the level as well. So again, just wait for it to open. Just tank damage because it's not easy. Ooh. That's gonna make that go faster.
I hate this guy.
See, a TAS of this should really manipulate drops so you get shields and a thermal detonator before like every boss. But there was one that came out which is good, but it's definitely not very optimized. But it did inspire me to like, start playing this game again.
I like how you use the phrase inspire.
Yeah. So here we go. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't think that actually saves time because it just means I have to wait for another platform later, longer, further up the tower.
But it looks cool.
Yeah. So, fun fact, in this game at least, if you press select, your character will sometimes look at the screen and Chewie will growl as well, so you... Oh!
That.
See, I think this is the one where I have to wait an extra cycle.
This is the last side-scrolling level.
Then we get some Mode 7 goodness.
We got $45.02 from Adam Gale. He says,
What?
so we got $45.02 from Adam Gale.
I heard 45,000.
Yeah, right.
From Bill Gates.
You get kissed and
Biggest play.
I love Super Star Wars. Take off my money.
And he says, don't make me do this myself. Kiss 502.
Yeah, Chewie doesn't really have a jump animation. He's got a jump sprite. Doesn't matter if you do a little jump or a big jump.
He just
Just a giant Wookiee.
puts one knee up.
Doesn't need to aim
Up
if he's
high.
shooting up. I think if you scroll the camera down, oh no, that's the other way around. You can despawn these guys, but if you've got the powered up the plasma here, just line yourself up. The actual shots are wide enough to cancel out his shots, so you just stand here. So just gotta wait. I think actually if I scroll the camera as well, the camera can take the damage.
Is it a faster to use the lightsaber on this game?
I don't actually know.
Unless you want
I'm
mine.
not sure if you can even use it, to be honest, but I don't know. I just picked Chewie for this one because it was
Oh yeah, the Gen 5, yeah. For sure.
Wizard got $3 from Dennis Ackerland. He says, just wanted to say thanks for a great event. To the people there, if you could have any speedrun record, which game would it be? Dennis from Sweden. I would say the two games I have now.
I don't really personally care about just having a record per se, but I know a lot of people who write SM64 and Ocarina of Time games, so one of those, and I just talk about how the games are bad and poop all over them.
there's not much tactics to this level because you can't really see what's coming. You can't steer shit that much. Like I'm at my limit there. Just sort of mash, aim when stuff appears. I don't know if I could be good at any game. I'd probably pick something like Half-Life 2. I really like those runs.
Spike machine?
Yeah, I was actually trying to think about that question. I sort of feel similar to Naglaria in that. I'm not.
Be a dick.
Oh no, just like. I speedrun not necessarily just for records. I mean, records are fun to get, but like the art of just like in the back room, just watching Naglaria teaching Foot Big Mike how, over and over again how to just pull off this one trick in Sonic, and I was working on Donkey Kong Country in the corner in Tampa, who you guys might have watched race TJP earlier this week, having him teach me all these little things about it, and Sinister once said in his closing speech last night, he talked about how just because you see him as having the record, there's a lot of people that go into the process of making that game, making that run what it is. So yeah, I mean, that being said, the games I'd probably want to hold a record in are actually the ones that I run frequently, that I just feel like I've put a lot of time into. Like I know there are games out there that are really, really popular, like a Super Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, like Ray was saying, but I haven't wanted to invest the time into it that other people have. So I guess I would just like the record to be in whatever I personally am putting a lot of time into, a lot of hard work into. So maybe a game like Raven, those are instant death, or
I didn't think they were, but I guess they are. I don't really remember hitting one.
You don't make a
pass.
career of flying into them to find out.
Yeah, you normally fly towards them to shoot them.
right.
But this
You got-
is going pretty bad.
You got one, Mr. K?
So I kind of enjoy the process of routing a game. I wish I could mash the B button at like 18 times a second so I could be competitive at Contra and Super C.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know, it would be nice to be able to be competitive or at least get a run done for Mother 3.
Oh, really?
I would love for there to be a run of that game.
It's a great game.
I go on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. I do completionist pacifist runs of everything.
Oh yeah, pacifist.
Not just pacifist runs, but I'll go through New Vegas and get the endings that I want with being a pacifist.
Pacifist Shadow and Colossus.
Yeah.
Good ending.
You just kill yourself.
And then there's Assassin's Creed where I just stab everything with those. You need to do that occasionally.
So,
Actually,
the
can they,
trench
in
run,
the chat,
final
can
one.
you hear me?
No.
Probably not.
So the tactic,
If you can.
the strat for this level is shoot the bullets
probably
like
can.
TIE fighters.
We
You
got-
can't shoot the ties to stop them shooting, but
We got $3.50 by Ralph Markham. He says, we all know the kiss is going down off camera later, so here's hoping to mix it on stream. Have tree fitty.
so you can see the numbers counting down in the center of my cockpit. Once I get to, I think it's 3,000, Darth Vader's TIE fighter appears. So to kill that, and then once it gets to 0, to fire my photon torpedoes.
This is a lot more TIE Fighters than I remember there being in the movie.
Yeah. But so they just do that. They give you ammo. I've only
Well, I
got
think
10
you
of
don't
them,
have
so
red
you
and
can
yellow
just use them all up
getting you.
before you can do anything with them if you don't know what you're doing. So you can just screw yourself over if you mess about. Which I did when I was recording for this originally.
Oh,
I had
really?
like an amazing run. And just fired
Just
off
happened.
torpedoes too early.
You pretty much mash him out.
Yeah, you just got to make sure
Watch out
too
for
many of
that.
his bullets don't hit you.
Please hit even on. I don't know.
So it's not quite once it hits 0. There we go. Time.
38:03.
That's had several deaths.
It was really that one level.
Yeah, and then 2 deaths in that last flying one.
Yeah. Great shot, kid. I was 1 in a million.
Yeah, so I want to improve my run on site on the NTSC version and also learn it on hard. So if you know how to do that Cantina boss, let me know. Because that thing is horrible.
Well, you know, it seems like just the hour to explain what NTSC and PAL are.
PAL is dumb.
So, PAL, like back in 80s and 90s, I guess, all British and European TVs and Australian, I think, displayed at 50 hertz, whereas in America it's 60 hertz. And so at different frames per second, so yeah, in Japan. So PAL versions that came out in Europe and Australia ran about 5/6 of the speed of the NTSC versions.
Yeah.
Just like some developers put the effort into to actually speed up the game so it matched, but it's quite rare. So basically, any run will be faster on NTSC even if you do the same stuff. You know. So, yeah, usually. Some have weird differences.
That's why you'll find on speed demos there are a lot of games that have just any percent category and then an any percent PAL category to give obviously everybody in that part of the world a chance to have
a
their runs
PAL
on the
run
site.
can obsolete an NTSC run
Yeah.
with a slower time if the actual
That actually
run
happened
is
with
faster.
Ocarina of Time with Kazooie's run back in the day.
Yeah.
Because not everyone wants to like spend the money to get either their console modded or actually buy an NTSC console and specific games.
But since the sort of PS2, GameCube era, like there are a few I think that still have a difference on them, maybe. But generally they are run at the same speed now.
Yeah.
I don't know what this guy is doing in the demo. Just making it a million times harder. Although he does
I
get
was
them
like,
to spawn.
maybe he's showing you the pro strats and making it spawn.
I think it must go out of sync or something. He just sees him, turns around and shoots. But anyway, what's up next?
Next up.
I saw Contra was in my stats. Have you been running that?
I have been practicing Contra, but I think that will happen later on in the bonus stream of the Contra block.
Oh, we're gonna have a little Contra block? Good, one I'll be awake for.
Contra 4 and Contra Force.
Oh, hell yeah.
I want to see Contra Force.
Contra Force is something special.
I believe we got nothing else coming up. Next up, we have got Foot Big Mike doing a little